Hello, welcome to Hillary's Whiskey Lounge today. I'm Hillary and this is my Whiskey Lounge, and I hope everybody's having a great weekend, whether you are getting ready to watch the Super Bowl or watching the Winter Olympics in Italy. Today, we're going to continue with our venture into smokiness and peatiness with Kilchoman's Loch Gorm. Loch Gorm, I should say that correctly. Loch Gorm is a tiny little loch that is in Islay, where Kilchoman Distillery is located in the northwest, side, corner of Islay. Some of you might know Kilchoman already. It's a gently peated, some people would say strongly peated, but compared to others, around 20 ppm, I think Kilchoman is peated at. You may have seen some of their core range, including Sheneg, I think I said that right, Sheneg and Macure Bay. They also have come out with, they are very creative. They come out with Oloroso cask expressions, Madeira, Sauternes, different wine casks, and then a whole variety. Their original flagship wine or whiskey was this Kilchoman 100% Islay, which means that the barley has been grown on Islay, which is really what sets Kilchoman apart from so many other distilleries. Rockside Farm, they took over in 2015, I believe, and most of a lot of their barley comes from that. So in the 100% Islay, their barley comes completely from Rockside Farm, and it's also malted in-house. I've actually been lucky enough to go to Kilchoman, and I've seen that malting floor. It's pretty small, so you can understand maybe not all of the malted barley comes from their in-house barley floor, but that's the, or malting floor, but that's the idea behind Kilchoman 100% pure Islay, or 100% Islay, I should say. It does come out, this used to come out every year. There was an annual edition of this, but I haven't seen ones that are now labeled year by year by year. So, all right, that was a really good tour. If you have the chance, if you do get to Islay to see the big boys, to see Lafroig and Ardbeg and Lagavulin, please, 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 I beg you, go see Kilchoman and Bunnahabhain, along with Bruichladdich. So you can spend several days there just touring these amazing distilleries and seeing for yourself the difference between the independently owned, distillery like Kilchoman, and almost independently owned Bunnahabhain, and then the other guys who are good in their own right, but also owned by the large conglomerates, who I'm talking about. So let's dive into this. So this is Loch Gorm. Loch Gorm is a tiny little loch that is near the Atlantic Ocean, kind of between Macure Bay, and I'll talk about Macure Bay in just a minute, and the distillery itself. So, and I don't know how big Rockside Farm is, and I didn't know enough about it when I was there a handful of years ago to really look around and ask somebody, how big is Rockside Farm? But I love even the packaging of this is just gorgeous. So I'm kind of doing a black theme today. I love this bottle. I love everything about this bottle. Kilchoman is always natural color, non-chill filtered. And this is a 10-year-old age statement release. The Loch Gorms, I think before, hadn't had that 10-year age statement, but now they can. And there usually is a release of Loch Gorm every year. And I think maybe for the last 10 years, I want to say, they've been releasing Loch Gorm. So this is dark. This is Oloroso matured with some bourbon, I believe. But I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to do this. So let's open up this puppy. Oh no, am I? Oh, okay. I just don't have my microphone in. So I hope you guys can hear me. It's been a while. Yes, I'm back from Texas, and it's been a while since I've done a video, so I forgot to hook up my microphone. So, all right, let's get this guy out. Everything about this bottle is just gorgeous. Even the foil that I just mangled, the little coin on top, and I'll talk about that in a minute too. But the most important thing, and the star of this show, is this Loch Gorm. Okay. Oh, what is it bottled at? 46%. Okay, 46% ABV. This is going to be good. Okay, yay. I do have my little Kilchoman tasting glass from when I was on the tour. I think it was actually the first tour I'd been on, so I knew nothing, and I was so excited. And then I finally got this set of Glencairns that I think for every whiskey you have, you should have its own matching Glencairn. Okay, let's. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, let's do a little pour here. Okay, that's respectable. Okay, that's respectable. Let's give this a second to breathe. I told you I'd talk about those coins. Well, I have a handful. I don't know if you can see these, but yes, I have a handful of these coins that I pry off of the bottles when I'm done. I don't know how many I have here, at least 20. But they're just cute. They're just, imagine making like drilling a hole into these and making a cute set of earrings or maybe a pendant or something. Okay, and while that's breathing, I do have some rocks and shells and things that I did pick up from, from Moncure Bay when I was out visiting. It's a beautiful site. If you can, do a Google search for Moncure Bay. It's spelled Macchir, on the northwest coast of Islay, and it's a gorgeous spot. Kilchoman tends to name their core range, the Sheneg and Moncure Bay, after places, geographical places right there on Islay. It's really sweet. It's a really nice homage to the island as well. Okay, so this has had a minute to breathe. It's got really nice legs on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really nice. Okay, the nose. I've been a little stuffy, so I'm not sure how my nose is going to work today. Okay, definitely I can smell the peat and the smoke. That's what hit me first. But more specifically, it smells like some kind of spice, like a burnt cinnamon. I'm getting a little burnt fruit. Everything is going to be burnt probably. So like a little bit of burnt fruit. I can't tell if it's like an apple or a pear or a stone fruit or citrus. Maybe a little citrus. And I'm getting that pipe tobacco smell too, that kind of vanilla tobacco-y scent of that my dad's pipe tobacco that I keep showing you guys. That is really a really nice reminiscent scent for me. Okay, so that's the nose. All right. Oh, sorry, little snitch. Okay. All right, I am ready. I'm so ready for this. Very smooth arrival, very viscous, very thick. That's incredible. Wow, incredible mouthfeel. I'm getting more of that kind of burnt citrus, vanilla, definitely. Almost a burnt biscuit or cookie. Maybe that's the vanilla. And the finish is really smooth. The finish is something that you'd expect out of maybe a 12 or 15 year, but being a 10 year, I'm really surprised how smooth this is. And I'm getting a lot of the remnants of that smokiness in the finish. It's really nice. I'm not sure if I would recommend this for somebody who's never had peated whiskey before. As I said, it's mildly peated. It's not crazy out of this world Lagavulin Ardbeg peaty, but it's there. It's a little bit higher than, what did I do? The Ardnamurken, what did I do before? Okay, I'm forgetting what I did last time with you guys, but yeah. Okay. Anyway, I wouldn't recommend this for a peaty newbie. In other words, okay. And this, I didn't even add any water yet to this, so I'm really impressed with how smooth and like just full bodied this is. This is really incredible. This Loch Gorm. Okay. I'm going to add a little water just to see and smell how things open up. Whoop, uh-oh, I think I added a little too much. Got a little happy with that. Okay. Hi, you. My black cat is here. The Black Label Loch Gorm theme is in the house. I hope she comes over. Salmon, come here. Salmon. Nope. All right, she might come over. All right. So, as I said, I added a little too much water. I think you guys saw me do that. But it's really opened up the aroma. Wow. It's gotten, the nose has actually gotten stronger. I think that's just because the release is letting everything go up into the nose of this Glencairn glass. Still, the citrusy, the vanilla-y, and the spice. I think the spice is what actually is coming out a little bit more, that I added some water. Okay. Arrival, very nice. Even creamier mouthfeel. If you can imagine, a very viscous yet creamy. It has kind of the consistency or the mouthfeel of like milk. And I don't think I've ever had that with any of the whiskeys that I've had with you guys. Just that real viscousy, thick mouthfeel. The flavors have lightened up a little bit. The burnt peatiness isn't as strong, of course, that's to be expected with adding a little bit of water. And the finish is just beautiful. I don't know what I mean by beautiful. Let me see if I can be a little more expressive. Sweet. It's the first real sweet flavor that I've gotten from this. So maybe adding just a tad of water really opened up the sweetness, the vanilla, the biscuity cookie flavor. But this Loch Gorm isn't known for being super sweet, except for, of course, the fact that it's the sherry aspect that's in here. But it is still yet drier than a lot of the sherried whiskeys that I've shown you. And once you get past the first few sips, you really get over that kind of angst or fear or hesitancy that some of you might be feeling about the smoky whiskeys. It really does subside, and it's a lot more manageable and accessible. So, hi, you. You gonna come here? Yeah, let's come here. All right, this is Samhain. Or Sammy for short. Have I shown you Samhain? She really complements this Loch Gorm bottle beautifully, doesn't she? Ooh, okay. All right, Sammy. Say goodbye to everybody. All right, that's my Sammy cat. Okay. Oh, she wants to come back for more. Okay. I'm going to start naming my pets after whiskey, I think. All right. So, overall, this is great. If you love Kilchoman, if you've had it before, and if you've never tried a Loch Gorm, please do. If you've never tried Kilchoman, this is actually definitely as intimidating as it looks. It's really not. It shouldn't be intimidating to you, especially when you add a little bit of water. This is a good thing to have on your shelf. Anything by Kilchoman would be a perma-shelf item for you. I do want to show you a couple other Loch Gorms Kilchomans that I have. I did show you, for instance, this 100% Islay, mostly bourbon there. When I was in Texas, I showed you guys that I was buying this PX matured version. I cannot wait to try this. I don't know if this was specific to Texas or the Specs store that I was in. It doesn't say anything on the label about being made specifically for Specs. And I still have the box, and it doesn't really say anything about just being for Specs on the box. So the PX cask matured, I can't wait to try that with you. I also have this, let's see. This is an expression from Total Wine that I bought. It's their concierge version, and you'll see a lot of distilleries make special versions for specific stores around the country, at least in the United States. I don't know what the deal is in the UK and Europe. I know that they do make specific bottlings for different stores around Europe, but I'm not sure about how that works in the UK. So there's that. And then I just picked this one up at Total Wine and More. This is Loch Gorm. I don't know how to say that, but this is pretty much new, I think. I've never seen this. And this is definitely a UK bottling because it's 700 milliliters, as my Loch Gorm is. And by the way, speaking of accessibility and Total Wine, this was, I believe, $110. Hi, Sam. She came back for more. All right. So I think that this was about $110. I've seen it online for as low as $87, and I think that's the Whisky Exchange. So, of course, when you do online ordering from the UK, like from the Whisky Exchange, you are going to get that delivery fee, which kind of makes up for the price. But still, it's very exciting to see such a low price, especially if you live in the UK. So besides the beautiful bottling, besides these little coins that you can get, I really would recommend anything by Kilchoman. I am going to be reviewing some of these with you guys in the future. Oh, they also have a cask strength regular Islay, 100% Islay cask strength, and they have a Seneg, which I don't have. I apologize for not having Seneg. I'll show it over here on the side. A Seneg cask strength. And they also have an unpeated version that I tried last year. Although I have to say, after 2 bottles of the unpeated Kilchoman, I really did detect a fair amount of peat coming from that. I think it's just because they're using their same stills and the same malting floor and the same washback and everything else. All their equipment runs through peat. So it's not unusual that there would still be, that there would still be lots of peat coming from the unpeated version. But that would be a good place for you to start too. If you really are terrified of peat and smokiness, try something from Kilchoman. Again, you can't go wrong. All unchill filtered, all natural color. Most of their grain is coming from that rockside farm right there in Islay. And so would you be careful, please? Try their unpeated, which will give you a teeny tiny amount of peat, and you'll be drinking an excellent whiskey. So everything I have to say about Kilchoman is wonderful, and I want to say slunge. And everybody, please continue to have a great weekend. And Sammy says bye, and thank you so much for watching. Please like if you did like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please share with your friends who are also embarking on a whiskey journey, or if they happen to be already whiskey enthusiasts like us. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.